Hi, it's Olive. Welcome back to my channel. Come and spend a Horse Girl Sunday with me. I'm, not really up to too much. I am a little bit sick. That's why my voice sounds a little bit croaky. So I'm having a great time. I don't have too much planned today. I do want to wash my car. I need to, do a little bit of laundry. Just sort of boring stuff, but I thought it would be fun to bring you guys along. I am intending to go and hand walk Chevy this afternoon, so that'll be fun. Anyway, first things first, let's get a load of washing on, because otherwise I'm not gonna have any clothes for work tomorrow and for the rest of the week. So yeah, let's go. Welcome to my dirty car. As you can see, it is desperately due for a bath. It's dusty, it's grimy. I think it last had a bath like 2 months ago when I picked it up from my grandma's. Anyway, it's gross outside and it's gross inside, and it just, there's stuff everywhere. There's stuff in the doors. There's empty boxes. There's all sorts of rogue bags. There's hay in the back from when I last did a hay run. I've got stuff in here that doesn't need to be in here. This broken bucket doesn't need to be here. This washing powder doesn't need to be here. This dirty saddle pad needs to come out. As you can see, I did have a dog car boot protector, but as you can see, that sort of isn't up anymore. But yeah, there's a lot of dirt. There's a lot of just random stuff that doesn't need to be here. Like, why have I got 2 hats in here? That's just ridiculous. There's just a lot happening. A lot happening that doesn't need to be happening. So yeah, we're gonna start inside, and I'm gonna pull everything out and give it all a vacuum. Start with the mats. I'm gonna go and grab the vacuum and vacuum off the carpet ones and hose off the rubber one. Yeah. Looks like that did nothing. That was a waste of time. All right, now we're gonna start vacuuming the inside. Honestly really isn't that bad compared to the state that my old car was in before I got this one. It's not that bad. I mean, so this car I got from my late grandfather. So I picked it up from my grandmother sort of shortly after he passed away, and which wasn't that long ago. It was maybe 4 months ago, and I sort of only really started driving it full time maybe 3 months ago. I sold my car like 2 months, a month and a half ago. Yeah, this thing hasn't had a chance to get that dirty yet, but my old car I had for 3 years, and yeah, that was pretty gross. That was pretty disgusting. So the rest of it is not too bad. The boot is going to be the worst. So I went and picked up, I think, 5 hay bales in it with a friend a couple weeks ago, and we put a big tarp down and then put the 5 bales in the boot, like, you know, we dropped the back seats. Yeah, as we were pulling the bales out was when it all sort of started to fall apart and make a mess in the boot, but it's honestly not that bad. I'm glad that I had the tarp because I have thrown bales in the back of my cars before without a tarp and just like a rubber floor mat, and that was still a disaster, but it's fine, it's fine. This car doesn't have a rubber mat though, which is why I've been using that Kmart dog cover. I should probably look at getting a mat so that I don't have to worry about that, because as you'll see later, it actually doesn't fully cover the boot anyway, but you know what, it's good enough and I want to keep this car cleaner. Anyway, let's keep going. So now that the inside's done, and because when I wash it, I don't really want to accidentally hose out like the inside of the car, I'm just gonna use a little bit of spray and wipe and a wet cloth to just clean around the edges, because I don't know how well you can actually see, but it's disgusting, and obviously it's in the seals, like I can't really hose that while the door is shut. So yeah, I'm gonna go around and sort of just wipe up the inside and then do the outside edges. All right, that is disgusting. Yay. Yum. Now it's time to put the cover back. I've just noticed that the hay bales ripped a hole in it. That's really sad. Anyway, this thing was like 15 bucks. I don't really care about it. I have to climb in the back seat. Obviously we can see how small it is with how much extra is on either side. That's gonna have to do. I don't know what these are. Like, it's a beanbag, obviously, but they were already in my grandfather's car when I picked it up. So I like to use them to just hold this down. Just like that. So now it's time to put everything back in here. Helmet, my dirty, dusty boots. I really should do something about that, but I don't care right now. I'm gonna put my 2 hats in the little pocket. Because how fun is that? My work bag. And in this bag is just a bunch of random stuff. Like I've got the gloves, I've got the copper sulfate. It's just stuff that doesn't really have another home that needs to go out. So that can just sit in the back there. And that is the back seat done. It's time to put everything else, all of the mats back in the car and then wash the outside. It's car washing time. So much better than before. Clean on the inside-ish. That's like stained. Clean on the inside. Wow. Oh nice, all clean. I'm really bad at this whole remembering to finish a vlog thing. Yeah, it's the next day. I didn't really do too much after the last couple clips. You know, I took Chevy for a bit of a walk, but we didn't really go very far because, you know, there were quite a few cars on the road. He doesn't really care about the cars. It's just he sort of got too far up the hill and the road sort of started to get quite steep and narrow. There wasn't really much grass to walk on the sides, and the last thing that I needed was for him to like slip on the concrete on the bitumen on the road. So, you know, he started to panic because he was like, oh my god, my friends. And I was like, you know what, I don't need to deal with an accident. So we turned around and came home, but that's all right. It was still good to get him out, get him to think about it, because, you know, it was good. Anyway, yeah, came back home, didn't really do all that much. Sat and watched Grey's Anatomy for another little while, and then had dinner and went to bed, to be honest. I really didn't do that much yesterday. Obviously, you know, the main thing was wash my car and tick, yeah, done that. Obviously, you guys just saw that, but it was Father's Day yesterday. I didn't get to see my dad, but that's okay. I will hopefully see him later today as I'm filming this, but yeah. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Leave it a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next week. Bye!